Forbidden Knowledge Television.
This is logged in on November 25th, 2023, Eastern Standard Time. Sensitive material has been breached and it is now in front of the public. This is very sensitive documentation and the world will be in total chaos if leaked, and it is now leaked. All of it. Not one document, all of it. Place of exploitation, Forbidden Knowledge Television. This must be stopped.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. We're live on IG. What's going on, IG? We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are live on X, and we're live on LinkedIn. Okay, we're live. And today's topic is a great one: shifting into timelines where your goals already exist. We're going to talk about time, dimension, and parallel realities tonight. And where am I reading from? I'm going to give you a read from my new best-selling book, Manifestation Codes. Okay, Manifestation Codes. So come on in, everyone. It's going to be a great talk. Make sure y'all click the like button. Please click that like button and please share the video. Let's get some people in here. Let's get the algorithm pumping. Let's get everyone in here tonight. It's going to be a great talk tonight. All right. Tonight, we're talking about time, dimensions, and parallel realities, specifically 6 time dimensions and parallel realities, which we're going to learn about what I wrote about shifting into timelines where your goals already exist. Okay. So, it's forbidden knowledge. We go over all different topics. We don't just talk about one thing. Okay. So today we're reading from my 6th book, Manifestation Codes, and it's also my 6th bestseller. Now, by the way, for everyone who had bought autographed copies, I'm signing all the books. I got stacks and stacks of books over here. I'm signing books. All of the autographed copies are going out tomorrow. It's been a long day just signing for all the pre-orders that came in. Thank you for everyone that bought the pre-ordered books. They're all being signed and they're all flying out of here tomorrow. So you have them before the holidays start, okay? And thank you. I appreciate that. Again, if we can click the like button, let's get the numbers up in here. Tonight we're reading from the book, for those of you who just joined, Manifestation Codes. I even made a brand new app for this book called manifestationcodes.ai. And it's designed to help you track your journaling, your digital journaling inside the app, as well as setting your conscious thought, creating your action steps in the app, and then following through with the manifestation. And it also will then direct you into what types of action steps you should be taking, and also follow up on the ones that you are taking. So it's to drive you to continue to put the action in to get to the manifestation. And it's also going to rate and grade your manifestation process. Okay, so it keeps you on your toes, and that's manifestationcodes.ai. I'll drop a link in the live chat here soon for you all. Okay, but right now I just want to go through, and I'm going to be reading from Manifestation Codes. Okay, and I really enjoyed writing this book. It's unlocking reality with thought, frequency, and action. And what's up, Zach? And in this book, I decided to incorporate, of course, my formula, CT multiplied by A equals M, conscious thought multiplied by action equals manifestation. But I also wanted to incorporate Nikola Tesla's 369 theorem into the book itself, which I did. And so as you're reading through the chapters, you're activating the Nikola Tesla 369 simultaneously while incorporating my formula. Okay. So this book is alchemy. This book is alchemical. Okay. You can't get this kind of stuff on ChatGPT. You got to have the real knowledge. So today we're reading from this chapter, 6 time dimensions and parallel realities, shifting into timelines where your goals already exist. Every version of you already exists. The question is, which one will you choose? That's the question. Which one will you choose? Because every version of you already exists. Now we can look at that in multiple perspectives. In one way, think about it this way. Every person that knows you knows a totally different version of you. Every one of your kids, every one of your children know you as a different parent, and you know them as a different child versus how their siblings know them. Every one of your coworkers know you as a different person. Okay? That's just on a small scale. On a larger scale, in quantum physics and quantum mechanics, we understand that parallel realities exist, and every single potential version of you exists simultaneously throughout the entire multiverse and the parallel universe. So it's all about collapsing the one that you want to be. We've been given this false information, this dogma that states that we have a hard-coded destiny, and what's happening to us is just the best we got. This is it. But that's not so true after all. Let's look at some of the ancient wisdom. One of the most dangerous lies you've been told is that time is linear. That's an absolute lie, because we know that time doesn't exist, clocks exist. We're taught that life is a straight line, past, present, and future, moving forward like a train on a single track. But that's not how the universe actually works. In reality, time is more like an infinite web, and every point on this web exists simultaneously. I just did a lecture in Scottsdale, Arizona this weekend, and I got a standing ovation. I was very blessed to be one of the speakers to get a standing ovation from the entire audience. And my lecture was about Three-Eye Atlas, but not Three-Eye Atlas like they thought. I was really connecting the ancient indigenous tribes like the Hopi tribe and the Hopi prophecies to the red and blue Kachina. And I went into one of the most significant prophecies of the Hopi that really impacted my life in an incredible way, which was the prophecy of the World Wide Web, which I read in 1992. And then in 1997, it came to fruition. I saw a commercial on TV about .com. I didn't know what .com meant. I went to the bookstore to find out what it was, and I discovered the World Wide Web section, and I realized I had lived into the time where the prophecy was actually fulfilled. A multi-millennial old prophecy that stated that in the future, the world will be connected by an invisible web, and information will travel to and fro instantaneously. And it was a lot more to the prophecy than that, but that really impacted me in an incredible way, set me down the path, and inspired me to create my very first web company called .com Marketing Group back then. So let's read on here. This means that your future isn't something you travel to, it's something that you tune into. When people ask me questions like, thank you, Pray 7, for the donation. When people ask me questions like, what do you do for a living? I have a short answer and a long answer. So the short answer is I create ripples in the space-time continuum that alter future realities in the third dimension. Okay? That's my short answer. I'm literally creating ripples in the space-time continuum from conscious thought and actions. I create ripples in space-time that I rendezvous with at a future point in time. Because I'm tuning into my own future in the moment of now. I'm seeing the end before the end. I'm seeing the finality before the finality even arrives. It's all about learning how to command realities into existence. The ancients had a special understanding of time. Ancient civilizations saw time very differently than we do now. Aside from being a timekeeping system, the Mayan calendar was a multidimensional map of cycles, predicting energetic shifts in human consciousness. Okay? And so that's incredible, because now we're talking about the fact that the Mayans were never talking about the end of the world. I remember getting contacted by, it was History Channel back then. It was a producer for the History Channel. And they wanted me to come on this show, okay? And it was this show that was going to talk about the world coming to an end, all right? And I was like, I don't want to come on this show because the world is not coming to an end. The world is just getting started. This is not the end. This is the beginning. And of course, the calendar system is off. Technically, the beginning of this cycle for the Mayan calendar is in 2025. This is the year where the one cycle ends and the next cycle begins. The calendar that we were on is actually wrong. This is the age of Aquarius. It began this year, okay? This is the age of Aquarius, and we finally have arrived in this age. And so now we have to realize it's really on us. We are the most blessed people that have ever lived. We're living in a cycle right now where we have obtained the ability to pass information instantaneously to and fro around the planet. We can pretty much travel to 4 corners of the world within a decent amount of time. Not the greatest, but at least decent. We have been able to advance our knowledge to the point where we can decipher encoded mathematics and sacred geometry. We can learn and discern the knowledge of the ancients, the wisdom teachings of the ancients. We finally are at an age where we have a vocabulary even big enough and science that's decent enough to begin to decode the mysteries that were left behind for us. Aside from being a timekeeping system, the Mayan calendar was a multidimensional map of cycles, predicting energetic shifts in human consciousness, which is where we are right now, on the precipice of one of the biggest shifts in human history. The Egyptians described 2 kinds of time, the jet, which is linear, and the Neha, which is cyclical or eternal. They understood that both operated simultaneously, weaving past, present, and future into one fabric. Ooh, the ancients already knew what modern science just discovered, that from a higher dimension, the past, present, and future exist all at once. That time is an illusion. The arrow of time that we've been given in the 3rd dimension is just here for us to collaborate and coordinate within this 3rd density. But higher dimensional beings experience the past, present, and future at once. And in the 3rd dimension, because mind is outside of space and time, and our minds connect to up to 11 dimensions, we have the same power, even within this realm in the physical form, but spiritually, we're tethered to higher dimensional consciousness. So it gives us the ability to traverse. In the Emerald Tablets, Thoth wrote, "Know ye that time is but a movement of consciousness through a space of perception." Ooh. To them, time was a state of awareness rather than a clock. Change your state and you change the time experience. So he's talking about changing your frequency and changing your vibration. And that will allow you to change your time experience. The modern science talks about multiple timelines. Quantum physics points to something similar. In the many worlds interpretation, every possible outcome of every decision already exists in parallel. Right now, there's a version of you who is broke. Well, there's another version of you who is wealthy. One basks in fame, and the other is a version that lives quietly in the mountains. The universe doesn't decide which one of you experience. You do, through your choices, your focus, and your vibration. Okay, so we have a certain level of control over our reality, over our frequency, over our vibration, over our understanding, over our own discernment. So your reality is unfolding moment by moment, but it's based on the actions that you're taking now. So when you have a conscious thought and you put action behind that thought, you're enacting the ancient Kemetic principles. particularly in that case, the principle of cause and effect. And that principle states that basically every decision that you act on is going to have a consequence. It can be a good consequence or a bad consequence, but that consequence is going to alter your future reality. You're going to shift and fracture into a new timeline based on the action steps that you take behind the conscious thought. If you know someone that is was a troubled child, and then all of a sudden you meet them later as an adult and they have their whole act together, well, what happened to them? They fractured their timeline. They shifted timelines into a completely altered new reality. How? They woke up one day and realized that they were just an absolute tornado of a person. And then they made a conscious decision to change that. And then they put multiplied action behind that change and created a whole new set of rituals and habits that raised their vibration and frequency and set them down a completely new timeline. Their self-awareness had awakened them to the reality of who they were, and now they shifted timelines into a completely new realm, and you rendezvous with them here. Now, there's also a version of them that never did that and is still heading down the original timeline, tearing up everything as they go. Okay? So the universe doesn't decide which one you experience, you do, through your choices, your focus, and your vibration. Experience emerges from choice, focus, and the state of mind that you inhabit. Think of time as a series of channels on the radio. All channels exist at once, but you only hear the one that you are tuned into. So you have to sit back and ask yourself and look at your current situation, look at your vibration, and say to yourself, what am I tuned into? You can analyze your algorithm to figure out what are you specifically tuned into to find out where you're vibrating at. Okay? So if you go and if you look at your popular page on your social media app, you go to your popular page on Instagram, right? So you open that thing up, you go on your phone, you go to your popular page, and you open it up, you go to that popular page, and you want to look and see what's on this popular page. Just start scrolling on your popular page and see what's on there, right? And when you see what's on there, all of a sudden you're gonna be like, okay, well, what's on there? Okay, I have no naked women on there shaking their asses. That's a good sign. I got health and fitness tips. I got tips on how to lose body fat. I have relationship content, how to improve your relationship, anxiety tests, how to grow your biceps. I mean, you see all the stuff I'm into, right? So this is, positive energy, how to avoid back pain. And so this is my popular page. So my popular page, it knows my algorithm. Okay. So if you open up that popular page and you go look at it, it's going to tell you where you're vibrating. Okay. It's going to tell you where you're vibrating, because what you consume the most is what you become. And so you can see I'm consuming fitness, health, detoxing my body and my mind, 6 phrases quietly killing your sales. So I'm looking at marketing and entrepreneurship, CFO and CEO information, positive vibrations, how to grow your biceps and all this kind of stuff. That's what I'm on. You're never going to open my popular page and see a whole bunch of naked women dancing around shaking their asses. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Okay? And so everyone has a popular page. Somebody said, what if you don't have everyone has a popular page on their app? If you go to Instagram and click on that little search button, the search button is the popular page. Same thing for TikTok. YouTube has one. When you open up YouTube, your general page, the first thing when they start sending your feed, they're sending you stuff they think you like. If they're sending you a whole bunch of tits and ass, well, that's what you're on right now. If they're sending you a whole bunch of ridiculous foolishness and street fights and things like that, and just dumb jokes. It's okay to zone out every now and then and have some entertainment. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you are going to be what you mostly consume. It's going to become your dominant frequency, and it's going to affect your ability to manifest the things you want. And you'll be like, I'm doing all this effort. I'm doing all this work. What's going on? It could be what you're consuming on a day-by-day basis. just mindfully, blindly scrolling on absolute garbage all day. I'm just being real. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Timeline jumping. You've already experienced this, even if you didn't realize it. Think of a moment in your life when one small decision changed everything. Could be a meeting by someone by chance, taking a job you almost didn't apply for, or deciding to move to a new city. In those moments, they didn't wait for life to change. It just happened. You shifted into a completely different timeline altogether. You don't even realize that you're fracturing timelines and shifting and moving into new timelines on a moment by moment basis based on conscious thoughts and the actions taken behind those thoughts. They create different future outcomes. Okay? So, for example, if I decide right now consciously that I'm going to get up from this table in this studio and leave the room and leave y'all on the camera hanging, you'll be sitting there going, what happened? I wonder if he went to the bathroom or where did he go? On that particular timeline, I've left this room and I'm roaming around the house doing something else, forgetting all about you. Now, that would be detrimental to me, obviously, and would be ridiculous, but it's an option that I could take. In an alternate timeline, that actually happened, because if you could think about it, it already exists. I'm just showing you the simple understanding, the fundamental basis of this parallel reality and how we shift timelines. Now, in the other version of me, I stay here and I continue to read and continue to teach, and my conscious thoughts multiplied by that action resonates at a vibration through this technological device, reaches your ear, you decode my information, and then something miraculous happens in your mind where you become self-aware of the things I'm talking about. And then you begin to take different conscious thoughts and different action behind those thoughts, and you alter your future reality. So I've influenced you to change your future. That's how it works. Okay? Make sure y'all click that like button and share this video. I'm dropping some real knowledge tonight. I am dropping some real knowledge tonight. And I'm just going to drop a link in the live chat real quick before I continue reading. Let me go up here and get this link real quick for y'all. This is the kind of information that, you know, if you really digest it, if you really meditate on it, you're going to get a better result. Okay? You're going to get a better result. Okay? And so that's why I created the 4BK Academy, where I mentor you and I really, really, really go deep on these topics and much more. I've got over 100 hours of classes and modules in there that you have to go through. And those classes and modules, and then we keep adding more. We're adding another one next week. They keep growing, so they never run out. And then I go live in mentoring classes and activations. We just did a DNA activation Tuesday night, a completed guided DNA activation. A lot of incredible spiritual, alchemical, and wealth and abundance teachings. So it's a combination of all. It's not just one-sided, because we need to become a full person, a full spiritual being. We need to tap into our full potential. I dropped a link in the live chat. So for a limited time, the 4BK Academy is on a free trial. You can sign up for free. Okay, now let's get back to where we were. So now imagine doing this timeline shifting consciously. Here's how you're going to do it, okay? Again, I'm reading from my book, Manifestation Codes. It's a bestseller. It became a bestseller in 4 days for Forbidden Knowledge. All right, here's how you can consciously shift timelines. Number one, clarity. Define the version of reality that you want to experience in vivid detail. You're going to define the version of reality that you want to experience in complete and vivid detail. Number two, your vibration. You're going to embody the emotional state that matches that reality. And that's actually not that hard to do. You know, one reality could be I'm a guy that goes out and does street fights. I just want to run out and I want to fight everybody. I can get my hand everywhere I go. I want to be angry and I want to fight everybody. Well, if I want to go that route, then that means that I'm going to get on the anger frequency. I'm going to get on the chip on my shoulder frequency. I'm going to walk around with a snarl on my face. I'm look angry and I'm going to be tough, a tough guy wherever I go, my chest poked out, looking for problems. That's how you get on a vibration. Or I may want to be a person that helps, uplifts, motivate, inspires people. And so now I'm on a totally different way of thinking. I'm looking for opportunities to be empathetic, to be of service to others, to speak powerful words into somebody, to speak life into people. And that's a completely different type of vibration. And then action. Take steps consistent with that version of you even before you see the evidence. So it's just like working out. If I go in the gym tonight and have a great workout for about an hour, when I leave that gym, if I go straight to the mirror, I'm not going to be that impressed with the result because it didn't happen in that moment. The muscle fibers have been torn, they've been broken down. Now they've got to heal and rebuild. That's going to take about 3 or 4 days to get the muscle fibers growing from that workout. It's not instantaneous results. You have to trust the process. If you do this consistently and your current timeline, it then must dissolve to make space for the new one that you've tuned into. If you consistently do this, the current timeline must dissolve so that it can make space for the new one that you've pretty much shifted into. Okay? Dimensions of reality. Contrary to popular opinion, dimensions are not places to travel to. They are actually frequencies to tune into. And I've talked about this on multiple podcasts. There are people or beings or energies or whatever you want to call them, life, living in higher dimensions other than ours. We are in the third dimension. There is life living in the fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way up to 11. And we know there's 11 dimensions because theoretical physicist Michio Kaku and a group of scientists did mathematical models to explore how many dimensions could exist in this universe. And every time they went above 11, it would collapse back down to 11. And then the Brain Institute completely separately did an experiment to discover how many dimensions our minds connect to. And they realized our minds connect to 11 dimensions. So we're connecting to these dimensions via this multidimensional higher level of consciousness. But there's life there. And if you're in a higher dimension and you can obtain the subatomic frequency or the vibration of the third dimension, you can walk right in. We as third dimensional beings have the capability of manipulating the second and first dimension. If you draw a house on a piece of paper by connecting lines, you can manipulate that house. You can see in every room. You can erase doors. You can change windows around. You can change even the shape of the house. We can manipulate the second dimension. Higher dimensional beings have a certain level of ability to manipulate or enter in, if they can obtain the right vibration, the third dimension. And it goes up from there. Dimensions of reality. Contrary to popular opinion, dimensions are not places to travel to. They are actually frequencies to tune into. Third D or 3D is a material reality that most people live in, dominated by cause and effect thinking, like I told you earlier. 4D is the realm of thought, imagination, and time manipulation. That's where the tesseract is located, the fourth dimensional hypercube, known as Metatron's cube. That's where they got the name Meta from. It's ancient wisdom. 5D is a state of unity consciousness where you realize everything is connected and manifestation speeds up exponentially. You can move between these dimensions through your focus, your beliefs, and your emotional state. Okay? 2 more sections and we're done here. How many people we got in the live chat right now? If y'all vibing with me in the live chat on Instagram and on YouTube and everywhere else, let me see in the live chat. Are y'all getting this? Is this over your head, or are you getting this information? Thank you, Hathor, for reposting my stream on X. Are y'all getting this information? Are y'all understanding this? Is this resonating with you? Is this resonating with you? What's up, Issa Cruz? What's going on here? Julian, 430. Okay. What's going on, Anne Marie? Okay. Okay, good, good. Just making sure y'all are getting this now. Y'all paying attention. Y'all not. This is some good stuff. Parallel realities and wealth. Yes, there already exists a version of you who is wealthy, another who is debt-free, and countless others in between. The real question is not whether those realities exist, but how quickly you align with one of them. When I began applying this principle, I stopped trying to become wealthy and I started tuning into the version of me who already was. I asked myself, what does that version of me believe? How does he act? And who does he spend time with? What opportunities does he say yes to and no to? Then I began living in a way that immediately showed that, and the timeline around me began to rearrange itself. Even people that I would put within my inner circle, eventually, if they weren't on my vibration or frequency, they would be gone. Sometimes the garbage has a way of taking itself out. The 6 in Tesla's code. In Tesla's 369 pattern, the 6 represents expansion. Applying the creation principles, the 3 across multiple dimensions, time and parallel realities are part of that expansion. Once you master timeline shifting, manifestation stops being linear. It becomes exponential. People say, man, you have so much stuff going on. It's all going hyperbolic at the same time. All these programs, all these apps, all these new things you got going, the academy, this, that, these documentaries, TV shows, you're writing shows for major networks now. What's going on here? Well, I'm gonna read it to you one more time what's going on. In Tesla's 369 pattern, the 6 represents expansion. Applying the creation principles in the 3 across multiple dimensions, time and parallel realities are part of that expansion. And once you master timeline shifting, manifestation stops becoming linear, it becomes exponential. Wealth, health, relationships, and purpose, all of it multiplies when you learn to live across dimensions instead of just one. When you realize that you have a multidimensional quantum computer on your shoulders that can escape space and time and move into the multiverse and move into parallel realities to gain information to bring it back to you here so that you can make better decisions and shift timelines. That's what this is all about. I'm going to give you one assignment from my book. Your 6th assignment, because this book gives you assignments, and this one is the 6th. Write a one-page description of the version of you living your ideal reality, including details about finances, lifestyle, health, and relationships. Identify 3 actions you can take this week that align with that version of you, and then commit to feeling gratitude for that reality before it even fully arrives. Okay? In the next chapter, we explore alchemy of action. Well, that's in the next chapter. And so this is manifestation codes. It's available on Amazon. I'll drop the link in the live chat for y'all. But, you know, Billy Carson on Amazon, of course, everything just pops right up. It's really a no-brainer. I'll drop the link again here to the 4BK Academy. You can join. It's a 7-day free trial right now for a limited time. You can actually sign up for free and start taking my classes. You can attend my live mentor sessions and Q&As and everything else. Okay. So we've taken away your excuses. You have no more excuses now. So now what will the excuse be? There's no excuses. Okay. 0 excuses. I'm dropping the link one more time. And for those of you, I'm going to also drop a link to something else for you. Now, if you're on X or Twitch or Instagram, the link is in my bio to the 4BK Academy. Okay, the link is in my bio. And I'm going to get you the Manifestation Codes app. So I created an app to go along with this book. It's a web-based app. It's not on the App Store yet. It will be. But it's best that you get it now and sign up now while it's not on the App Store, because once I put it on the App Store, it's actually going to cost a monthly fee. Anyone who gets in now, it's free for life. You don't pay any money. You'll never have to pay any money because you're in it now. While it's free, you'll never be charged a penny. And that's the manifestation codes, manifestationcodes.ai. Manifestationcodes.ai. Drop the link in the live chat. Okay. If you're on another platform where you can't see the link, just type manifestation codes, like the book, .ai. It looks like a website, but it's really an app. And it will help you, encourage you to create your manifestations. It will follow up with you and make sure that you're on the right path, and it will rate and grade your action steps so that it can keep you on the right track. Okay. And again, the 4BK Academy is really doing very well. Right now, we have over 1,400 people in there, 1,400 incredible leaders, okay, doing a phenomenal job, getting on the right vibration and frequency, working with one another, holding each other accountable, and helping each other get to the next level, okay? And I'll drop this link again in the live chat for the 4BK Academy. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of y'all inside the Academy. And I do want to ask y'all a question while I have you on here. So I do these tours every year, and the Egypt tour is coming up again for 2026. And a lot of people were asking me if I can move the tour from October into the summer, like June. And so I decided to actually add a second tour for the people, because a lot of educators and particular people that can only get their vacation time during the summer really want to go on this tour. And I always have the tour sold out because obviously, I mean, everyone wants to go to Egypt. So it sells out every time, no matter what. So I figured what I'll do is I'll do two tours, one in the summer and one in October. So if you want to go to Egypt in the summer, let me see it in the live chat. If you want to go to Egypt in the summer in June, okay? Yeah, it's hot, but it's always hot in Egypt unless you go there in December. But if you want to go in June, let me see it in the live chat. I have a very special offer for my June trip. You only have to put down a $444 deposit, 444, to lock in your actual spot on the June tour. Okay, 444. I'm going to drop the link in the live chat right now. Okay, for the Egypt tour, and it's only a very simple link. It's 4BK.tours. Okay, 4BK.tours. It's actually a .tours. That's it. 4BK.tours will give you the ability to register for that Egypt tour, lock in your spot now. You can make payments on it later, but you can lock in your spot for only $444. And then I'll see you in the summer of 2026, and you'll get a chance to see some of the most amazing things you've ever seen in your life in Egypt. Everyone has a miraculous and incredible experience when we go to Egypt. Everyone's had so much fun, just an incredible tour. They've learned so much. They've experienced so much. There's never a dry eye. Everyone, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, at one point, everyone cries. Okay? Nobody escapes the tears. They're tears of joy. At some point during that tour, at some point, you definitely will start to feel that emotion. And at some point, you will shed a tear. Okay? Men, women, old, young, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's that powerful. Okay? It's just that powerful. So looking forward to seeing y'all. I'll drop the link again in case you want to register for 4BK.tours. You can put a small deposit, 444, lock in your spot. Makes a great holiday gift. It's 444 to lock your spot in per person. And I look forward to seeing y'all in Egypt very, very soon. All right. Again, manifestation codes available on Amazon.com or forbiddenknowledge.com. And just go to Amazon, grab yourself a copy. And if you do get a copy of the book, please leave a 5-star rating and a great review. This book is going to change a lot of people's lives. A lot of people's lives are going to change from this book. I finally got to it, got it done. I'm very pleased that I got it done. It's all of my years of manifestation knowledge and wisdom and all the things that I've learned throughout the years and decades and sitting with sages, wisdom keepers, pyramid priests, walking out in the outback with indigenous elders. I mean, you name it. I've been there. I've been around the world 23 times. And I spent a lot of time with a lot of cultures. And when you spend time out with different cultures, you get a different perspective of the world and yourself. You get a chance to discern, dissect new levels of knowledge, new perspectives. It's just, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited for what's to come. 2026 is going to be incredible. How many people here in the live chat were at the God Power Part 1 and God Power Part 2 that I did with Dr. Be Serious? How many people in the live chat on Instagram and on the rest of the streams were with the God Power? Came to my God Power. It was an online event. We had like 8,800 people in that class. Both times we had over 8,000 people in the Blueprint for God Power workshops. Each of them were 12 hours. Okay. Each one was 12 hours. Let's see. Oops, DT. Here you go. DLT 78. See, he was there. Tell him what it was like. DJ Quickco, he was there. Tell him what it was like, DJ. 2 classes, 2 huge classes, 24 hours of teaching, 24 hours with Dr. Be Serious and myself. We have part 3 coming up, okay? And it's called Divinity Codes. It's still the Blueprint for God Power, but it's really the next evolution, okay? So now you've gone through 1 and 2. Now you get the Divinity Codes and you learn how to unlock them, okay? So I'll drop a link to the Divinity Codes. That's going to be that's going to be March 1st. March 1st, 2026. It's going to be live streamed and in person. So you can come and have the VIP experience in person live in Atlanta, Georgia, or you can just live stream it from wherever you are in the world. So everyone gets a chance, again, like the last 2, to participate. Okay? So part 3 is coming, Divinity Codes. Dr. B's ready. I'm ready. The venue's locked in. March 1st, 2026. It's going to be streamed live. You'll be able to take part and participate live from anywhere in the world. And a small amount of people can get a chance, if they book fast enough, to show up in person. We don't have a lot of space for the in-person. It's probably only going to be, I don't know if it can hold maybe 200 people or so. But the in-person VIP experience is going to be in person, But the live is anywhere, just like Blueprint for God Power Part 1, Part 2. They were all virtual because it was the global pandemic at the time. So we couldn't do it in person. And everyone got a lot out of it. They're still talking about it still to this very, very day. Okay. And it's going to be an amazing day. It'll be 8 hours straight. It'll be fully interactive. Whoever came to my Manifest Destiny workshop in Carson, California, at the Carson Center on Carson Street a few weeks ago, you saw it was an interactive training. It wasn't just somebody standing at a podium barking out information. I had you doing things. I had you saying things. I had you moving your body. Fully interactive. Dr. B is going to get into all these activations, full body activations. You're going to be moving, standing. You're going to be doing things. It's not one of those things where you sit down for 8 hours. That's not what we do. Now we're going to activate the Divinity Codes, next level. Okay. So we're going part 3 right now. This is going to be an amazing, amazing event. March 1st, 2026. I can't wait to get to ATL. And if you can't get there, just get the virtual tickets and we'll see you online. You'll be streaming live with us. We'll be mic'd up. Everything will be mic'd up. You'll hear everything. You'll see everything. We'll have a couple different camera angles and you'll get to enjoy it right from the comfort of your own home. Okay. But it's going to be an 8-hour day. Just like before, we did 12. This particular time, we have to do 8 simply because we can't get the venue longer than 8. But it's still going to be an incredible event. Okay. And you get unlimited replays for life. You get to watch it forever. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for hopping on with me tonight. my time is up tonight. We read out of my book tonight, Manifestation Codes. Okay, Manifestation Codes, available on Amazon.com, available on forbiddenknowledge.com. And there's a lot of knowledge in this book. If you really sit down and go through this book, and then again, the most important thing is don't just get the knowledge. You have to actually apply the knowledge, because knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is power. All right. I'm Billy Carson, Forbidden Knowledge. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.